Hi family, this is Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. In today's video and conversation with your favorite colon hydrotherapist is the difference between a colonoscopy and a colonic, also called colon hydrotherapy. So I just had a client or a would-be client call me and she was very confused. She's like, I'm not really sure what I need. I called the colonoscopy place looking for a colonic and she's all over. She's completely just twisted around, right? So I thought that this would be a good idea and time to explain the differences between a colonoscopy and a colonic or colon hydrotherapy session. So, a colonoscopy will take place at a hospital, at a GI doctor's office, a gastroenterologist. Okay. A gastroenterologist is very, very different from a colon hydrotherapist. A gastroenterologist works with the medical field, the Western thought process. And what they do is they take a camera, which is probably a little bit bigger than the tip of this pen, maybe a little bit bigger. They take a camera, which is called a scope, a colonoscopy scope, and they insert it into the rectum and they keep feeding it into the colon, all the way around. So when they start inserting the camera, of course, it starts here because that's the rectum. And then the camera goes all the way up this side, which is the left. It goes all the way across the transverse, all the way down the ascending colon, and then it shifts right to the cecum, which is right here. Your small intestines is right smack in the middle of your body, which is right beneath or underneath your navel. My navel is right here. So when the small intestines pushes waste into the large intestines, which is also the colon, it dumps into the cecum. The cecum is like a bowl, and then you have the little appendix hanging off of it just like that. Your appendix is the same size of your pinky finger, okay? So what the GI doctor does is they take a scope, they insert it into your rectum, and then they keep feeding it all the way over, straight down into the cecum, which is the first part of your colon. Then they turn the camera on, they turn the light on. Then they start backing up and taking pictures. Now, if there is any abnormalities, they're going to stop, take a picture. If it's a polyp or anything like that, there's a little thing that pops off on the side. It cuts it, cauterize, which means burn. They'll burn it off. They'll grab it. It's sucked into the camera. It comes out the other side for the nurse to label it, do whatever they got to do. Then they send it off to the lab. That is a colonoscopy, right? They can also do an endoscopy, which will go all the way down your throat to the top of your stomach. There is not one service that will go through your mouth and then come out your anus, or go through the anus and come out the mouth. The body is just not designed that way. So a colonoscopy job only is to go into the body to see if there are any abnormalities in the colon, like polyps, cysts, tumors, etc., diverticuli, and inflammation, mucus, bop to bop to bop, right? So a colonic is the complete opposite. A colonic is more of a preventative measure. A colonoscopy happens when you already been having issues and problems and you can't figure out what the hell is going on. A colonic is preventative so that you do not have to go to your GI doctor's office, or a colonic can help prevent constipation, regulate diarrhea, help with the skin if you're doing a detox, etc. So when we do a colonic, we insert a speculum into the rectum that's probably no bigger than the tip of this marker, right? But here's the beautiful thing is that the speculum is only inserted into the rectum. And so what travels through the entire length of the colon is water. That's it. There is no medical scope moving through the colon. Now, the client said, well, the GI doctor said that, I can have a perforated colon if I continue to come and get colonics with you. And I asked her, I said, has water ever put a hole in your body? I'll wait. And she's like, no. I said, have you ever had a scope go through your body? And she's like, well, I think it would be exactly. Now you see where I'm going with this. Let's just really just look at what you're asking me. You're asking me if water will perforate your colon versus if a colonoscopy camera will perforate your colon. Love, the answer is no. I would bet that colonoscopies have more upset clients than a colonic therapist will. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together, right? So that is the information that I want to give you about colonics and what they are and what they do versus what a colonoscopy is there for. You will need both at some point in time. You will need both. If there is anything that I don't or cannot figure out, for a client, I will always recommend you might want to call your GI doctor's office. So I'm not against GI doctors. I'm not against the medical Western field. They do have their place, but their place is not wellness. They don't deal with wellness. They manage illness. So if you are ill and you're sick and you've been diagnosed, then yeah, go over there. But if you're looking for wellness, then you want to come on this side of the fence, right? You want to do yoga. You want to do meditation. You want to do deep breathing. You want to do Qigong. You want to do colon therapy. You want to sit in the sauna. You want to sit in the high frequency vibrational rooms. You want to do, sound therapy. Those are the things that you want to do. You don't go to a doctor for wellness. You go to a doctor to diagnose yourself. That's what you go to a doctor for, or for surgeries, or to cut something out, or to insert something to manage your hormones, like birth control. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. My phone number is 562-682-0818. Please keep all calls in between my business hours of Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturdays, 9 to 3, and I'm closed on Sundays. You can also reach out to me on my website, which is Moya, MOYA, bodycare.com. You can also find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram under Moya Body Care. I hope this message reaches you in the highest vibration possible, and it gives you some type of clarity about what you should be seeking and when you should seek it and when you should reach out, etc., etc. Because health is very simple. We just make it difficult. Okay? Until then, muchos besos. I will see you soon.